Oh, your competition boys, the liver perdigon. The more basic the better as far as I'm concerned. However, there is a couple of bits to make yours stand out, or I certainly feel that it makes mine stand out. And this is it. So in the vise, I've got a 470 BL. So it's a long shank hook, size 14. And I've got a 13mm bead. Obviously you can tie this a lot smaller, you just change the bead size. I get a dam with light coloured thread. So I get that in behind the bead, get my bead bedded in. Try and keep everything smooth. So if you're building a big dam up behind the head, create a taper behind it. You just want to make sure that's not moving. So you can see I've got a nice taper there, that's solid. So I now actually finish off. Get rid of this. Because I've got a collar colour that I want to stay bright. So I now come in with my black tying thread just a little bit behind. You can, if you wish, put a little button here, a different colour just to change things up. However, I didn't feel that it makes any difference whatsoever. Up into the middle, just where the taper starts, I've then got some really nice Coq de Leon. All you want, 3 or 4 fibres. Nice short tail. So probably there-ish. I was tying it at the top and then work my way down to make sure it stays straight. Careful of that thread. Keep everything even as you can. So a nice short tail there, like I say. And then snip. Wind up, covering those fibres. Again, keeping my taper. I really like this stuff. I use it in quite a lot of fly tying. It's a red pearl text stream. It's really quite thin. And I'm going to start, you have to be very, very careful with this stuff because it's fragile. And then snip off. Make sure you've got enough on the spooling that your bobbin's really, really loose, otherwise it'll snap. And then wind down. Wind back up. This is the tricky bit. Again, you're looking to get a whip finish in there. Very delicate because this stuff's prone to snapping. That's it. So then I've got Glow Bright number 8, which I really like, especially in summer, just when I tend to fish this fly. I've got myself a decent tag end, and I come in behind the bead to about there, bring it back up, pull this up and over. It just stops anything fraying. You might not need it, but I like it. Pull your tag away, snip as close as you dare. You'll probably get another couple of turns there. And then to keep everything thin, I spin clockwise my bobbin holder. Whip finish, nice and tight. So because it's such a delicate little fly, we need to make it a little bit more robust, so we give it a little bit of UV resin. be careful with this stuff, you don't want a lot. You just want to cover the fly. A thin layer on the body. Turn this. Like I say, didn't go. In Scotland we say tonto, that means crazy. Didn't go crazy with the resin. Give them some UV. Now there's two different ways to finish a fly off. The slow way, which is what I prefer, is I put black varnish in there and then go over with Bug Bond. Bug Bond, Christ, no Bug Bond. Thin Man Gulf. Resin, basically whatever resin you fancy. So that you would get, let me just find the fly so you can see it. You've seen it in the picture anyway, you've seen the holding picture at the start. So what I'll do with this one, because we're doing it quick in real time, usually I put the varnish on, then the Bug Bond to create the mound. However, in this occasion, we'll get the Bug Bond on to create the mound behind the bead. Tiny touch more. I want a lot of this stuff. Like I say, I see people go pretty crazy with this stuff. So you've got your lovely little, I like to call it a helmet. It's like a helmet over the bead. You can see the shape there. So stick that back in my resin. And then with a different, I've got this black, you can use another black resin. I just prefer varnish. Black varnish, a little tiny spot, and that, if it'll go to the front of the stick, like so. What I didn't want is a big lump, so just a touch. There you go. Like that. Just quickly, it might have went out of focus there. So I've just refocused it so you can see exactly how it looks. You got the tie-in, that's pretty evident hopefully. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed that. And that's it in a little bit more focus. Take care. Cheerio.